All right, so look, you ever notice how these jobs don't give a damn about your mind? They don't care if you're tired, they don't care if you're anxious, and they damn sure don't care if you're neurodivergent. As long as you can clock in, put on that uniform, and keep the machine running, they'll treat you like you're fine, regardless of the collateral damage it does to you. And the second you can't keep up, the second you slow down, the second you admit that you're overwhelmed. It's not, how can we support you? It's always something like, well, maybe this isn't the right fit for you. That's their language. That's the type of compassion they show. And here's the truth that most people don't want to face. For a neurodivergent person, walking into the workplace isn't just stressful. It feels like death. It feels like you're dying while you are alive. Think about working in a restaurant. The kitchen is chaos. You got tickets flying in, timers going off. Every 5 seconds, somebody's yelling about tickets or plates or this, somebody needs that. And you're expected to move like a machine while your brain is still trying to process the last order. There's just so much going on. And the pace never slows down. It just builds and builds and builds till your chest is tight and your nerves are fried. Or take being in a warehouse. You got forklifts going everywhere, left and right. You got scanners buzzing in your hand every few seconds. All you hear is the beep, beep, beep. All you see is conveyor belts moving in just non-stop action. You got supervisors watching you like a stopwatch with legs. Every sound is like a jolt. Every second feels like you're falling behind. You're surrounded by this constant motion of pressure, and it feels like you can't pause for even a single breath. Now think about hospital. Alarms going off, phones ringing, beepers going off. You got coworkers rushing everywhere, patients asking for help. It's life and death on repeat. The atmosphere never lets up. For somebody whose nervous system is sensitive, every sound cuts into you. Every demand pulls you in a new direction. And before long, your mind and your body are both screaming for relief, but you just can't find it. Retail ain't no different. During the holidays, you got customers just piling up, lined up at the door, talking over each other, kids crying, music blasting in the background, the register just beeping nonstop, scanning, folding, bagging, smiling, answering questions, all while a manager is hovering over your shoulder and pushing you to move faster even though you're already drowning in overstimulation. Or even a call center, phones ringing back to back, scripts that you're forced to follow, timers on your calls, supervisors listening in. No pause, no silence, just voices pouring into your own ears while you're trying to stay professional even though you are overstimulated to the max. Even though it feels like your brain is about to collapse. For a neurodivergent person, none of this is just busy. This feels like an avalanche. It's drowning in stimulation. Your nervous system shakes. Your thoughts scatter. Your body gets into survival mode. Sometimes you even disassociate because that's the only way to survive. And the part that people don't see is that even when you leave, you can still feel it. You could have clocked out an hour ago, but I bet you your nervous system is still shaking. Your hands might even be trembling still. You know what I'm saying? You still can't relax. Your heart is still racing and your brain is still buzzing like you never left that building. But then add another layer, adding the layer of being black in the same environment. Don't get me wrong, everybody who is neurodivergent struggles in these workplaces, for sure. No matter who you are, being neurodivergent in the workplace is a struggle. But if you're neurodivergent and black, I feel like it's 1,000 times worse. Because now on top of this overstimulation, you're carrying the weight of the racism that's built into the workplace. You see, the architecture of white supremacy is in the framework of all these jobs. It's in the way that the managers talk down to you. It's in the way that they assume that you're lazy. It's in the way they call your frustration attitude. It's in the way promotions pass you over. It's in the way your humanity gets dismissed. It's in the way that you have to work twice as hard to be seen as equal in a system that's trying to break you down. When you're black and neurodivergent, there is no margin for error. If you can't keep up with the chaos, they don't see overstimulation. They see incompetence. They don't see a human being drowning. They see a stereotype being confirmed. And then there's another layer nobody wants to talk about. The narcissism in the workplace. These workplaces aren't just racist. They're not just overstimulating, but they are narcissistic in nature, by design. The rules themselves are made to control, to dominate, to strip away individuality. And the people they put in charge, the managers, the supervisors. Most of them thrive on that control. They scream, they belittle, they micromanage. They create tension because they like tension. They can't lead with empathy because they don't have any empathy. They don't see employees as people. They see employees as tools. And if a tool stops working, they don't care why. They just replace it. And that's why compassion doesn't exist in these spaces. That's why mental health doesn't matter in these spaces. That's why neurodivergence is invisible in these spaces. Because narcissists don't recognize humanity. They recognize output. They recognize obedience. And if you can't give them that, they'll spit you out and bring in the next person to replace you immediately, without a second thought. Meanwhile, companies love to brag about mental health awareness and diversity and inclusion. They'll put the posters up in the break room. They'll even put the commercials on TV. They'll talk about being progressive. But if they really cared, then the workplace wouldn't feel like a torture chamber. If they really cared, managers wouldn't treat employees like trash the moment that they show vulnerability. If they really cared, neurodivergent people wouldn't have to suffer in silence. And Black neurodivergent employees wouldn't have to fight 2 fights at the same time while just trying to survive a shift. So when people say, just go get a job, like it's nothing, you have to understand what that really means. For a neurodivergent person, especially a Black neurodivergent person, just go get a job means to step into a building that was designed to erase you. It means to trade your sanity for survival. It means suffer quietly because the system does not recognize your pain as real. And that's the truth about the modern day workplace. It's not just about productivity. It's about sacrifice. It's not about diversity. It's about domination. It's not just about stealing our time. It's also slowly erasing lives.